All right, champs, to see if I got this right. I don't even know if I got it right, but we're going to do it the best way we can do it. Yeah, we're going to have to reset this up. Shout out to everybody tuning in. This is I'm going to do it like Ness would have normally done it. Good morning, TBV. Yes, it's Christmas Eve. You're tuning in with TBV, the Boxing Voice Podcast Radio Show, here with the Doomatron. Alex Doomsday Linus here holding down the ship for the skip. And, yeah, man, it's Christmas Eve. Hope everybody's waking up lively today. You know, I know holidays can sometimes be a little stressful, but we're here, we're alive, we're kicking. And hopefully you're spending it with your loved ones and people that you care about. And you're tuning in with me this morning, talking a little bit about boxing. I was trying to see if I could get some of these sounds going, but, you know, it looks like my soundboard just went Shadow Realm on me. Kind of got thrown into the water with all this, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to everybody reaching out to me, you know, offering their help. I think I got it, but I definitely need to, you know, be on here a couple of more times, especially with guests, with co-hosts. So appreciate you guys, you know, going through the fire with me. And, you know, we're going to go ahead and see what we get into this morning. I mean, look, man, it's really light. It's the end of the year. We've had a hell of a year of boxing. Covered some of that yesterday. But today's question, big question, is Saul Canelo Alvarez the best fighter of the year? You know, I don't think that there's another fighter that can, you know, make a run for this title of best fighter of the year. But maybe you beg to differ. Maybe you feel like there's some other candidates out there that could stake a claim as the best fighter of the year. But just this morning, I woke up, you know, reading a few things, and I started to think, like, who else can we sit there and really give this title to besides Canelo Alvarez? I mean, if we're talking about in the last year, we did have some great fights and great moments, but I think Canelo Alvarez had the most. He had, you know, ultimately some of the greatest accomplishments within a year, you know, being able to fight, unify, and become undisputed at 168, you know, and being the first to be undisputed is a whole nother task in itself. So I gave it to him. You know, I said, okay, Canelito got this off. There's no way around it. But since I'm kicking it with y'all this morning, I said, you know what? Let me see if the TBV fams got anything to say about that. Man, I really tried to play that intro this morning. I don't know what happened, but I mean, I'll give it a shot again. Yeah, looks like my soundboard is like in the shadow realm. I can't even use my soundboard. That's nuts. We'll figure it out, though. In the meantime, what we can do is talk a little bit about what, you know, some of these other fighters that you might believe have done in order to, you know, stake a claim in the category of the best fighter of the year. You know, the chat's live today. Good morning, everybody. You know, Team Batman, Jesus, and everybody else on the live chat. Big Fish, Vega. I'm only getting Canelos, man. I mean, look, we got a couple of haters. He fought bums. So that's what I want to talk about. You know, I want to talk about what bums did Canelo Alvarez fight, because other than Yildirim, I don't know who exactly you might be talking about, right? Because, you know, the fact of the matter is that Yildirim was a mandatory. He was something that just was kind of thrown in there as necessary. And I don't think that, you know, Canelo Alvarez was chasing a Yildirim. But, you know, it was a WBC super middleweight title and a WBA super world super middleweight title that was on the line against Avni Yildirim. But other than that, who else you got? I mean, what else are you going to say about Saul's performance this year? I don't think there's another guy that's done what he done, man. I mean, he's fought different weight divisions. He conquered different weight divisions. I mean, this guy's up up and at him. Okay, so Big Boy Patek says, open up Skype line, do me. Okay, I'm going to try my best to do this. Remember, guys, I'm doing it from my end, and I'm trying my very best since this was not a planned situation. This was something that, Dumatron had to just kind of take hold of the helm, if we want to stick to Navy terms, and kind of try to drive the boat the best I can. But I'll go ahead and see if I can open up some lines right now. And maybe have some TBV fam on this morning. Let's see who's on today. I don't think there's anybody on right now, but let's call the co-host. Up some lines right now. Uh-oh. And maybe have some maybe my soundboard's working again. I don't know. Hopefully you guys can still hear me. And I'll be able to, get some people on right now. Neil Sinclair, what up, champy? We're here, man, fighting a good fight. And, we'll see if we can get somebody on here. I'm ringing people, but nobody's jumping on. Scarface, No Manolo, Solo, Dolo, and all that other good shit. Let's see if the soundboard's working.
Hey, okay. Daddy.
You fight with nobody.
This a dollar beat. This a dollar beat.
BoxingWords.com.
You won the bet with nobody.
BoxingWords.com.
This a dollar beat.
You never gonna get the fight, man. You're a horrible fighter.
BoxingWords.com.
Payday. You want payday. I know that. Oh, look this guy. There's a plan to go for the belt, and I'm coming, man. I'm coming, my friend. Get the fuck out of here, man. Please get the fuck out of here, man.
BoxingWords.com.
Osiris MMA. Hopefully
I'm
that was better.
Right now, motherfucker.
BoxingWords.com.
Osiris MMA champion. I lowered it at the towards the end. I hope that didn't burst your ears, since I have nobody to do a sound check but you guys. You're the fam right now, man. I'm counting on the TBV fam to help me out right now, because literally I'm solo, dolo, sholo, out with the cholos. Champ. So, just had to play that in there, bring a little bit of normalcy to what we do here at TBV. But let's see if anybody else is on. But, let's just keep talking about Canelito, man. I did jump into just, right away he stuck out. It's not like I thought about anybody else. Teofimo. I think Teofimo Lopez also unified this year, right? Am I mistaken on that? We got to take it for what it is, right? Accomplishments. But Teofimo's, unification or undisputed, whatever side of the grass you stand on with that franchise title and everything. We got to give him some credit. He was doing some big things. Obviously, that was in 2020, so we can't count that. All he did was 2021 was Cambosos, man. So, we're going to have to just kind of bypass the champ right there, because it's not really in the year. So we'll go ahead and skip that. All right. Anybody else on the chat that wants to go ahead and throw some names, and we could go ahead and go down the line. I don't have anybody else that kind of matches up with Canelo right now. Maybe you guys want to mention one of your favorite fighters that's done more than Canelo. I doubt it. Even if we go into the top guys like Errol Spence, Terrence Crawford. These guys, I don't think did what, Canelo was able to do within a 1 year span. Sean Porter, that was the only fight Terrence Crawford had, so we can't really say that he was in line for a best fighter of the year. He fought one time. Was it a hell of a fight? Hell yeah. Is he a hell of a fighter? That's a double hell yeah. But we're trying to figure out who is the best fighter of 2021. James Benitez, shout out to you, champ. You mentioned Fury, Tyson Fury. Well, what has Tyson Fury done in this year that'll catapult him past Canelo Alvarez in the best fighter of the year category. Let's work this out, man, because I don't want to seem like I'm the guy that's biased, you know. Everybody knows I throw on the Saul Canelo Alvarez headband every once in a while, and I root for the bro because, you know, he's not afraid to do great things. So if we go to Tyson Fury fought one time in 2021. So, again, if you want to use that barometer, it's only one fight. Yeah, James, he survived the trilogy, but we're trying to figure out who did the most, who gave us the most in 2021. It's not Terrence Crawford. It's not Deontay Wilder. It's not Tyson Fury. These guys have fought once. Tank fought twice. All right, let's check out Tank, because Tank definitely, you know, showed that he could he could fight with adversity. You know, that hand was messed up, and that's what we remember last, right? You know, boxing is this way. You know, what have you done for me lately? We can include the women's division. So if you have any women that might be eligible to be in this, you know, in this run for best fighter of the year, by all means, stake your claim. You know, gotta give Gervonta Davis. He fought twice. He fought Isaac Cruz and Mario Barrios. Now, excuse me. Let's chop it up though. Let's not breeze past Tank Davis. You know, he did fight twice. It's not like he fought one time. He fought twice. And, you know, he fought a bit at the end of the 2020 calendar. So, you know, if you want to give him 2 months of leeway, I guess he could possibly get the 3. But he definitely falls under 2 in 2021 if you want to be sticklers on this judging, right? So, Isaac Cruz, Mario Barrios. Now, come on, guys. Yeah, I know y'all wasn't stressed out when he was facing Mario Barrios. You know? I mean, I didn't think that there was danger for him there. Sometimes we get it mixed up, right? Because I know that some fighters are so good that we sometimes, you know, kind of give them the air of invincibility. And I know that many are probably saying, you know, well, he was fighting a taller guy. I mean, Mario Barrios was huge, you know, tall. But to me, he didn't seem a danger that really sat in the back of my head and got me worried about Tank. I guess because Tank's power is always there. And he's always fought with guys or sparred with guys that are bigger than him in the gym. So I didn't think too much of that. But we'll give Tank a position there. I mean, if you guys want to rate him from 1 to 10, we can go ahead and do that. You know, I think that Canelo right now has top dog status. I don't think we're gonna be able to chop through that. You know, what else can you say? What else can you say? Okay, Big Fish Vega. He says Stephen Fulton could be a nominee as well. Unified champ now in a hell of a fight. Maybe we could put him in the category of best fight of the year. I don't know what else besides, you know, his unification. Well, let's look at him, right? I'm not gonna breeze past Stephen Fulton. You know, sometimes, you know, we do that because you got these guys, obviously, that are, you know, not on the main camera sometimes, but he's a undefeated fighter, obviously, and he did beat Brandon Figueroa by majority decision, in a decision that Brandon thought was ludicrous. I don't know, you know, subjective boxing, judging, and all that other stuff, the way you think things go, but Stephen Fulton pulled it off. So yeah, we'll give him some definitely some props. He fought twice in 2021. So, yeah, he's in there. I mean, he doesn't have the star power pull like a Gervonta Davis, but we could definitely give him some credit. Somebody mentioned, Greatest Ford mentioned Alicia Baumgardner needs to be in the conversation. I mean, yeah, she is a champ, but I don't know if we can go ahead and you know, rank her at the very top. Help me out, guys. Look, we'll create a list together, all right? We're going to agree to disagree, or we're just going to agree that Canelo Alvarez is at the top. Canelo Alvarez is at the top. So wait a minute. Let me hit the super chatty real quick, man. Shout out to the Axiom. Happy holidays, TBV and the TBV family. Appreciate another great year of covering the sport we love. Well, Axiom, cheer. We appreciate you, champ, for always tuning in with us, hitting that notification bell, hitting that, subscribe button, and definitely hitting that like button, man. It gives us more visibility, man. We couldn't have done it without you. TBV community is an amazing community, and, we all our gratitude to you. We are at the end of the year, close to it, so, we'll be closing it out together with a bang, and hopefully this 2022 is going to bring a lot more good to the TBV family here and the community. We're excited. 2022 calendar is going to be great. Who else do we think that might have a run? Like, look, I'm going to make the list already. Look, I got my pen, and I got my little Showtime notebook here. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to go ahead and start seeing where you guys are at with this best fighter of the year. I'm going to put Canelo at the top. I can't help myself, I don't know any other guy doing it like he's doing it. So Canelo is king. Usyk, okay, look at Jesus. Jesus came through. He got his own little list. Canelo first. Usyk second. Taylor third. Fulton 4. And Cambosos 5. That's a pretty good list, actually. That's not a bad list at all because, Usyk was able to do some incredible things after we thought that, he wasn't going to, fall in or fill in into the heavyweight division. So let me see what we could say about Alexander Usyk to give him that number 2 status. How many times did he fight? How many times did he win? Because he's never lost. So let's see where we're at with him. Okay, he fought 1 time in 2021. Wow. Yeah. I don't know what you could give him for that. Obviously, for beating the champion and taking the belts, he gets a hell of a credit. But how much credit? How much credit are you giving here? I don't think Anthony Joshua was, using the best game plan. And we can make excuses for AJ. Fact of the matter is, Usyk was able to handle business. But how much credit do you give for 1 fight? I don't know if I'm being unfair in that statement and judging that way. But I think that maybe, just maybe, he didn't fight enough. He is the champ, though. He is the champ. He has the belts. I get it. There's no way around that. So you got to give him some props. So as we're making the list, I guess let's put Usyk as number 2 in the meantime that we chop up the rest of this. Jesus laid down the list, and we're going to see if we could punch some holes in it. Josh Taylor, number 2. What did Josh Taylor do this year? Do you want to judge it across the board? Buys, all that? Or do you just want to, judge it for what it is? What did he give us? What kind of fights? Were they amazing? Were they electrifying? Did they attract new eyes to the sport? I don't know. I don't know what your measure is to judging this list, but let's check out Josh Taylor and what he did this year in 2021, right? Because that's the name of the game. 2021. What have you done for me lately? And Josh Taylor, of course, was able to fight once in 2021. He fought Jose Ramirez. So, again, we got another fighter who fought 1 time. And he beat a very durable guy. He beat a champie. So that's all I can give him. He has a fight scheduled in 2022 with Jack Catterall, which is probably going to be, a UK event, inside joint, if you know what I mean. Not too familiar with Catterall, but yeah, he fought Jose Carlos Ramirez. What else you guys got? These guys are fighting once a year, man. It's crazy. Canelo was able to fight how many times? So I keep telling y'all, man, y'all can't sleep on him. The man is fighting all the time, no matter what. And yeah, you might want to chop up his opponents like a Yildirim or maybe some of the other guys, but the guy fought 3 times in 2021. And then, funny enough, if you really want to go into 2020, he fought in December. So he fought. Look at this guy, man. I'm telling you, he's a monster. He fought on the 19th of 2020. So literally, that 2 months later, he fought Yildirim. And then another 3 months later, he fought Billy Joe Saunders. And then another maybe 6 months, he fights Caleb Plant. He was very active in those 4 fights. I won't count the Caleb because it's 2020. But I'll definitely count, Yildirim and the rest. That's 3 fights. Who else? Who else you had on that list, Jesus? I'm chopping it, chopping it. He said Josh Taylor and Stephen Fulton and Cambosos. Well, these are the guys that are fighting, they're fighting in the, lost my train of thought there. Got a million things coming in for the Doomatron. All right. So we'll leave it at that. Cambosos, I don't know, champ. I don't know how much Cambosos did. He fought 1 time, but he obviously collected all the belts. So I see where your gauge is, titles. These guys have gotten titles. They have titles. They have the titles. So I don't think that the list is so bad. It's just that Canelo stands out above them, He fought more times, better opponents, and, undisputed. So, we'll give it to him. Intrigue says, not Fulton, Shakur and Haney. So Shakur and Haney should be like 4 and number 5. All right. So we'll go ahead and use Intrigue's barometer there. So we'll put Shakur and Haney. I mean, if you exclude the titles, and you just and you want to just fight by fight, kind of see what these fighters have done, you could do that too. That's another way to judge this. If they just gave you, hell of a fight, you can definitely stake a claim for your fighter. Shakur Stevenson in 2021 fought twice. Didn't really care too much about Jeremiah Nakatilia, even though he took him 12 rounds, unanimous decision. But Jamel Herring was another story. Jamel Herring was definitely that fighter that, kind of put it in perspective for me. This kid is he has no ceiling. He's growing, and not just physically, but like growing mentally in his IQ in boxing. I mean, I don't know too many fighters out there that are going to be able to put up with what he brings to the table. So he gave us that fight. He gave us 2 fights, and that's. We could say that Shakur Stevenson's a dominating performances can give him a couple of bumps on the top 10 best fighters of 2021. We'll leave him there for now. I guess that's 5, I believe. At 5, Haney now. Let's get to Haney. Haney's been chasing, man. Haney's been vocal. Haney gave us great performances this year. Another great fighter that's has his sights set on belts and titles and greatness, really. And he fought Joseph Diaz and George Linares. Now, if you're going to judge these opponents, he fought twice, but he fought some game opponents. George Linares is very game. Actually kind of, hit Haney and had him on a shaky leg. First time we ever seen Devin Haney show, a chink in his armor, and, he reacted well. You get hit in the button, you're going to shake a little bit, and no way around that shit. It's the facts of boxing. People want to, go all in on him and say, hey, look, man, you almost got knocked out. Yeah. You ever got punched in the face, champ? Yeah, shit happens. He reacted well, went back to the corner, came back out, and won. So adversity was faced. He conquered. Put that blue check on that, Joseph Diaz, I was there. I was there. Right there, champ, right behind the Devin Haney crew. And I'll tell you, the whole crowd on site was nuts. You know, a lot of people were rooting for JoJo. And every time JoJo kind of landed some body shots or something, the crowd would go crazy. But the fact of the matter was that, you know, Devin Haney was the better boxer. He was able to control the tempo and not allow JoJo to get into a Salido-style make, you know. If he would have allowed JoJo Diaz to go in there and kind of start to rough and tough and, you know, start to really get brutal and brawly in there, it would have been another type of fight for Haney. So, you know, I got to respect the discipline that the kid always shows in the ring, his ability to not to be oohed or awed by any of the crowds, you know, yelling or booing or whatever. You know, the crowd can control you, man, as a fighter. You know, if you give it up to the crowd, you know, you might be in a disciplined fight, and next thing you know, you're in there wailing and trying to please the crowd. So it takes an incredible amount of discipline, you know, to take a shot, you know, and not react so crazy and be able to maintain that for 12 rounds. It's a hard task. So we'll give Devin his credit. Fought twice, game opponents. I mean, I can honestly say that Devin Haney is ahead of Gervonta Tank Davis. If you want to compare opponents, you know, Tank had Isaac Cruz and Mario Barrios, and Haney had Joseph Diaz and George Linares. So ask yourself a question, you know, what's going on, champy? Hey, shout out to Mike Thompson. Big up, Doomy. Really taking charge of TVV shit. What's the skipper be aware? Shiver me timbers. Shout out to you, Mike, man. You know I'm out here. You know, I'll fall into the seat. It'll be all good. I remember seeing Shakur in person in 2300 Arena and how no one cared about him. Blew me away. I think he's great, but definitely some things will make himself stand out in terms of being big. Yeah, that's going to be up to the management and promotion, you know, to really push him the way they want to push him. Shakur Stevens is a fighter's fighter. You know what I mean? The kid doesn't care too much about the oohs and the ahs. He just wants to prove he's the best. But it's going to be up to management to bring out that star power. They did it with Floyd, you know, before 24/7, and you know, before that make of the evil boxer that Mayweather took over. You know, the bad guy. He wasn't doing his best, you know, in ticket sales and all that other stuff. So, you know, maybe they'll switch it around and create something around Shakur where, you know, to catapult him into the next realm. But right now, you know, little engine that could style. Easy does it, kicking ass, taking names later. He'll get his shot at being at the limelight. Who else? KRLB says Tuna Spence Jr. Fighter of the Year next year. Okay, we'll see about that. I mean, depending on what fights we get next year, right? Because there's a lot of fights on the Christmas wish list for 2022, man. Everybody's got them. And listen, I'm going to mention Jake Paul. Let's mention Jake Paul, right? Jake Paul. What did Jake Paul do for us this year, man? I mean, seriously, right? I know I'm jumping into the other side of the pool with this one. I know my hardcores are probably banging their fist on the table and shit. Like, what the hell is Doomy talking about right now mentioning this guy? I got to mention him. I cannot not mention him. He's thrown some great shows. I mean, I don't know about the pay-per-view buys. This morning when I read up on things, numbers are not totally there or numbers are low. I don't know. I'll check that out in a few. Wasn't really the focus of today's topic in the morning, but the kid's always on the news. He's always out there. He's 5-0, 4 KOs. What are we doing with this kid? What has he given us? You know? He's given us great events. That's one thing that I can honestly say. I don't know about, you know, for the hardcores especially. I don't know if he's given us like these crazy, crazy fights where we're going to remember forever. You know, this ain't no 3-round Hagler Hearns type of fucking talk we're doing here this morning. Excuse my French. But we're going to go ahead and say that Jake Paul did give us some great fights. He fought 3 times, you know, stayed active. Not that it was crazy, but He stayed active, and he KO'd some guys. So, I mean, he fought Tyron twice and Ben Askren. So, you know, we're going to leave it at that. I'm not going to give this guy I'm not even going to give him just yet a position in the best fighter of the year, because I don't know if he's fully transitioned over to the boxing realm. So I got to kind of take a back seat on that one. I don't know if we can give him a position in the top 10 for the best fighter of the year. But we could give him maybe the number one spot as the best performer, you know. I mean, I can't talk enough about the Jake Paul, Tyron Woodley matchup at the Tampa Amalie Arena. I mean, it was a show. It was a show everywhere. Phones were up in the air everywhere all the time, just recording everything. The freaking nosebleed seats, like, I didn't even know they had seats that far up. I mean, usually sometimes they probably have a curtain up or something. But I'm talking about all the way up there, you know what I'm saying, where you could fucking skydive from. There was people up there, and it was packed. All tickets sold. I mean, when the arena, you know, in unison would go, I mean, it was a lot of energy in that ring, in that arena. So we'll go ahead and give Jake Paul Performer of the Year, you know, or the on-site, you know, Energy Arena Award. I don't know, but I don't know if we could put him as the best fighter of the year. It's just he's not quite there yet. But he did give us some fun fights this year. A little bit unorthodox for the many, you know. We don't really, you know, we don't really give it too much energy, you know, because of he's still knocking out MMA guys. So, all right. So who else can make a run? Where's my Terrence Bud Crawford champs at, man? I mean, can we argue for Terrence, best fighter of the year, 2021? I don't know. But let me close this window because we in Jersey and it's freezing. All right. All right. Who else can we talk about that might have made it to the list? Montana Love deserves consideration for Performer of the Year. I mean, yeah, man. You know, Montana Love had a good year. He had a very good year. And let's talk about him a little bit, right? Because we could put him in the Performer of the Year, too. The guy's good in front of the camera. He's got the dog. Come on now. What a move. Guy got the Frenchie. You know what I'm saying? Oh, wait a minute. Hell yeah, man. We got to talk about Montana Love, man. Chill, your Big Fish Vega, man. Good shit, bro. Where the hash browns at, Doomy? Man, my hash browns are still in the fridge, man. I figured I'd, you know, time myself better so that the hash brown don't get totally cold once I heat it up. But right now I got some H2O, and I got an L Skrilled, so I might, you know, light it up. Where are we going with Brandon Lee, Intrigue? Yeah, I mean, where are we going with that? Yo, but let's keep talking about Montana Love, bro. Man, shout out to Montana Love. Fought 4 times. Yeah, I'll say it again because maybe you didn't hear me.
Say what?
He fought 4 times. All right? 4 times. Now, this is an active fighter. Okay? Now, I don't want to hear about, oh, look who he fought. Blah, 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 blah. All right, that's a given. All right? But he did fight Ivan Bernchak in those 4 fights. And I don't know what you think about Ivan Bernchak, but Bernchak is a tough dude. Yeah, he's freaking one-dimensional sometimes, you know, kind of, you know, seek and destroy kind of guy. But Montana Love did what he had to do, you know. And Ivan retired in the corner. So, you know, he fought 4 times. And he's looked good. You know, he's made some decisions in his career. And they've played out pretty good for him. He's got the dog, you know. He's got the dog, so I'll give him that performance. You know, performance. Kudos on that. You know, everybody was loving it. Great response too from the people outside of boxing. So I don't know if I think he generally just loves his dog, man. So that's what makes it even better. He's not just a gimmick. You know, that's his fucking man's in them. So I can appreciate it. I'm a dog dad. You know, I love animals, so I thought it was great. So we'll slip Montana Love in there. You know, he gave us 4 fights this year. You know, can't ask for more than that. You know, the most you can ask of a fighter is fight, and he fought 4 times this year. So respect to Montana Love. And who else can we get on this list, man? I mean, this list is getting bigger. I got maybe a couple of more slots here. Let me see. I got Montana. Okay. I got Canelo, Usyk, Taylor. And I don't know if I wanted to. Yeah, maybe I will. You got to put Tyson Fury in there. Like Benitez said, he survived that trilogy, even though he didn't fight him all in 1 year. He definitely, took over the heavyweight division and solidifying himself as the king of that division. Boots and Lee both fought 3 times. All right, we're gonna give the the men that don't get enough attention. You know, I don't know if it's because of fear. You know, people don't want to talk about the boogeyman. You mention the boogeyman, and then all of a sudden everybody's out the door. So Jaron Ennis, and especially now his position that he has, I feel like he is the boogeyman. I don't think that any of the champions are trying to run his way. He was only able to fight twice in 21 though. So I don't know if Intrigue thought that he fought more, but he fought one time. So Boots and Lee both fought 3 times, I think. Yeah, Intrigue. Now it was twice for Ennis. I mean, maybe Brandon fought a few more times. Brandon Lee, which I think is another young fighter that's being not being avoided, but definitely they don't talk about this kid when it's time to talk about fighting opponents and stuff like that. So. Brandon Lee is, he's a power puncher. First of all, he has power in his hands. He definitely got the KO effect. We just got to see these guys, and I mean Jaron Ennis and Brandon Lee. These guys need these opportunities with these higher guys. Brandon Lee was able to fight 3 times in 21. Can't say we know too much about their opponents, right? But what we do know is that he KO'd them, all 3 of them in 21. And I've watched 2 of those fights, I believe, and the power is there. The power is there. Jaron Ennis, he's already in the talks with Earl Spence, Crawford. I mean, he's right at the line, in a big opportunity. But guys don't want to talk about them, Guys don't want to talk about these guys. They're dangerous. And then we get into the whole spiel about. Oh, they got to earn their shot, yeah. Well, it's getting that story's getting it's getting old, and it's not really going to function really. These guys are and I mean Jaron Ennis more than Brandon, I think is made enough noise for him to be able to, get a high level fight where he can make a stake or a run for the title. Valdez is on a roll this morning. That's from Luis Reyes. Shout out to Chick Ciccarelli. Shakur, without a doubt. Yeah, I mean, Shakur, again, sometimes these guys are so dominant that we don't not that we don't give them the credit, but we don't get wooed and odd, Sometimes these fighters are so good, they make their opponents look, simple, and that's not always the case. They might be fighting, durable, skillful guys, but their skills just so many levels above that they have that effect. Shout out to my man Drew Down on the Super Chat. Says, how is Canelo not the fighter of the year? He did in 11 months what guys like Floyd and Ward never did in their whole life. I mean, champ, I agree with you.
Absolutely not. Absolutely not.
But my man Floyd might beg to differ. And I don't know if Canelo really cares, right? Canelo for me is the number 1, Drew, And this is why we're going down this 10-point list, this Santa list. Who did you have as top guys? I got the list down, and I mean, I know I took the skeleton off Jesus. Shout out to Jesus on the chat. But it's Canelo, Usyk, Taylor, Shakur, Haney, Montana, Tyson, Fury. Now, if I got it wrong, let me know, champs. Let me know if I got it wrong. if one of these guys deserves to be knocked down. Now, I got 7 fighters on here. 7 fighters. I got Canelo, Usyk, Taylor, Shakur, Haney, Montana, and Tyson Fury. Let me know if I got it screwed up. Let me know if I got it screwed up, because Usyk's in second. Now, obviously, he collected those titles. Taylor had them already. Shakur's, been giving us some good fights. Haney, I think Haney might be in front of Shakur just because of Haney's caliber of opponents. I mean, if you guys want to say that Jamel Herring is better than, let's say, George Linares or Jojo Diaz, then we could, argue that. But I don't know. I think I put Haney probably ahead of Shakur on this one because of the opponent picks. Cambosos has to be on there. Drew, man, you know what? Why not? I mean, I think I missed that one. Cambosos, one fight, but he was waiting for a long time. Let's think about that, right? You're Cambosos and you're waiting months and months and months. I mean, equates to like multiple camps. You got to be disciplined to do something like that, to stay training, stay disciplined. You're away from your family. I mean, sometimes, in special situations like Cambosos, you can't really deny that. I mean, honestly, he probably could have fought two more times if Teofimo Lopez and Cambosos would have happened from the beginning when it was really talked about. So... Excuse me. Who are we to say that Cambosos didn't sacrifice much in that year, waiting and waiting and waiting? So we'll slip in Cambosos in there. Absolutely. I'm not gonna say he doesn't deserve to be on there. He is undisputed. And look at my fingers. I don't know what to say nowadays. Shout out to Ohio Runs Boxing. Sent me a video earlier today. This shit was hilarious. I'll probably play it if I can put it up there. But that shit was hilarious, man. It was Devin Haney. It was a Devin Haney parody type video where he pasted the head of Devin Haney on a gentleman that came out of his house. I just got to show it to you guys. I'll see if I can get it and put it up on the screen. But yeah, shout out to Ohio Runs Boxing, always making some dope content. And, yeah, Devin Haney, man, WBC, he wants that. Let me get that. Devin Haney versus Cambosos is the ticket. That's the ticket right there. He's hawking that belt right now, Devin Haney. Devin Haney's on it. And hopefully he gets it. It's deserved already. He's not running away from it. So, hopefully he gets that. Usyk for upset of the year, or was that Bosos? Shit, man. Let's talk about that. Look, I know we're talking about Saul, Canelo, Alvarez, the best fighter of the year, but let's talk about upset of the year. We're at the end of the year. Let's talk about the upset of the year. Upset of the year. I mean, Cambosos, definitely. Usyk, definitely. Wow, we had some pretty freaking crazy upsets. I mean, let's run down the line on that one. That's a lot of upsets. I mean, we had the year of upsets. I don't know. Eric just sent some funny stuff. I don't even know if that's true. I'm going to have to fact check you, Eric Cruz. Jake Paul still making that list, that boxing wish list. I don't know what's real and what's not anymore. But let's see the upset of the year. Holy moly, the upset of the year, champs. There's been a lot of upsets. Sandor Martin beating Mikey Garcia. That was an upset. My man, the other Spaniard, he upset, God, I forget the name, but yeah, we had a few upsets. Usyk versus Anthony Joshua, I don't think that was a bigger upset than a Teofimo Cambosos, just because, we knew what we were getting with Usyk. And of course, Sandor Martin fucking beating Mikey Garcia. We didn't expect that at all. So I guess I'll put Sandor Martin at the top, right? Because Sandor really was not known and was definitely not destined by many to beat Mikey Garcia. I mean, we didn't know Sandor Martin. He was confident in himself. And he knew that he could win, but many of us didn't think that way. So We'll give Sandor Martin the top. Cambosos we could throw in there second, right? Unless you want to throw in the other fellow Spaniard, which I'm forgetting right now what the exact name was of the I think it was Luis Collazo. I don't know. Help me, guys. Let me see. Spaniard upsets. Okay. Let's see if we get the name. Kiko. What the hell? Kiko Martinez, man. Kiko Martinez. Another guy we didn't expect to do what he did. You know, KO's Kid Galahad, and I don't think anybody had him beating Galahad. So we're going to put Kiko in there. We should put Kiko in there ahead of Cambosos because we knew Cambosos was a fight, you know. So I'm going to put Kiko and then Cambosos as third. And I only do that because, you know, you could give Cambosos a shot against Teofimo. But we never gave, I think, Kiko a shot against Kid Galahad. Many people, you know, kind of, you know, had Kiko overwritten. So, yeah, we're going to give Kiko his opportunity. And who else can we talk about? Let's see. Who was another upset? Bama Bo. Can you do an actual poll? You know what, Champy? That's what I'm about to do, man. Let me see what's up. Add option. Let's see. Okay. Let's see what we can do here. Ask a question. Well, let me see. Let me put this away. Let me ask. You're right. That should be the question. Who is the best? But then you got to put the yes or no thing. Let me see if I could just make a regular poll. What was the biggest upset? Let's see. Maybe I could create some options. What was the biggest upset of the year of 2021? Damn, we're in 2021, y'all. Ready to go to 2022. So as I build this this poll question, right? Who was the biggest upset of 2021? We're going to add some options here. We're going to say Sandor, right? Sandor Martin was definitely one of the fights that we did not think that he was going to win. So got to be included in there. Absolutely. All right, so Sandor Martin versus Mikey Garcia. Well, let me just build this stuff up while I talk to you guys. Mike. All right, Mikey Garcia. Shout out to Bamba Bo, too, for reminding me. Okay, let's add another option. We had Cambosos, Teofimo Lopez. Okay. Teofimo Lopez. Versus Cambosos. And that definitely was a sad day for me. Didn't think that Tio was going to lose. But, you know, what are you going to do? Where's the options here? Okay, I wanted another option. Why is there not another option? Who are the biggest? Okay. So I'm going to, should I just, all right, check this out. I'm going to put two fights up there, right? Because I don't know if you guys are going to give Kiko Martinez and Galahad the shot, all right? I thought I could get more options in here, but it's looking like I can't. All right, so might have to cancel this poll, but I'm going to shoot it. Boom. Let's see how this poll turns out. You know? Where's the toppity top? Okay. All right. So, yeah, it looks like Teofimo's already winning. I don't even know what the yes and no question is, so forgive me for that. All right, two options right now. Sandor Martin versus Mikey Garcia or Teofimo Lopez versus Cambosos. I'll have that poll up for a little bit, and I'll close it out, and I guess I'll fix it and make it better because I was supposed to put two other fights, and I don't know how the fudge is working. Yeah, you know what? I'm going to have to end that. Yeah, that was wrong. I'm going to do it again the right way. But I'm pretty sure you guys are already, see, there it goes. That's what I was supposed to do. Freaking guy. All right, Mikey Garcia. I'll do it again, fellas. I'll do it again. Mikey Garcia versus Sandor Martin. In the meantime, who else can you go ahead and put up there that can qualify for the best fighter of the year? Yes and no don't belong. Johnny is a bump. Super chat. Coach Rivera says, from Coach Rivera, most exciting Border Wars, Supermax versus Eddie Bola de Grasa. Shout out to Coach Rivera, man. Yeah, I mean, we could talk about that too. You know, we had a hell of a year, Border Wars. It was, one of our best Border Wars yet. This last one we did on the 11th of December. We had the opportunity to be in a very nice, ring setting. And, unfortunately, a lot of things happened and we weren't able to do our minimum week local promo. But, we know exactly what it could have been. A lot more people present. But the people that were there, about 80, something like that, they had a great time. And we were happy that we gave the production we gave. So, Mikey, okay. So, Teofimo Lopezito, all right, versus Cambosos. And we'll go ahead and put that poll out now. Let's see, add an option. Who else was an upset? Yeah, Kiko versus Galahad. Galahad. And who else was another upset? I got Mikey Garcia, Teofimo Lopez, and Kiko Martinez. But am I missing anybody? Was there another upset? Who else was an upset? Can't really think about it. Can't really think about it right now. Oh, yeah. AJ versus Usyk. Let's see which ones you got. All right, so the poll's out. I did it the right way. More options. The Doomatron is activated, trying to do it right now. Who else do we got here that came up on the super chats? Hope I'm not missing nobody. Yeah, we haven't missed it. We haven't missed a beat, have we? Okay, Coach Rivera, we got you, champ. Bama Bo, Alicia Bumgardner. Okay. Where do we put her in the best fighter of the year, though? I mean, she how many times did Alicia fight? Did Alicia, I mean, she did get her belt, man, by knockout. Nobody was really expecting, girls don't really usually knock each other out, so got to give her props for that. But let me check that out, though, Champy, because Alicia Bumgarner did fight twice. She fought Vanessa Bradford. I don't know how much credit you're going to give her for Vanessa Bradford, though, champ. Yeah, I mean, old girl from Canada, I don't know. Unanimous decision loss. But, I mean, she's a title holder now. So she's a champ. I mean, the next in line is probably, somebody that's gunning for Alicia right now is Michaela Mayer, She's being very vocal. And we're going to see what's up with that in the future. For 2022, we can, probably hope to see something like that materialize. Blissfully Ignorant. What you mean, Wilder Fury 3 champ? Chee. Bama Bo on the super chat. And he says, upset of the year, dude. Went to UK and got the KO over Terry Harper. Oh, okay, champ. I didn't know what list you were putting her on. I'm checking it once, checking it twice. So yeah, she goes on the upset. Definitely goes on the upset. Yeah, she went to the UK and got the KO over Terry Harper. Yeah, I don't think a lot of us were thinking about a KO. I thought it was going to be a very competitive fight throughout the whole fight. Definitely didn't expect that. So you're right, Bama. She falls into that list. Upset of the year. She she was definitely in enemy territory, quote unquote. You know how it is when you go out to England. Shout out to the UK, man. You guys really stick behind your champs, your fighters, and the energy is crazy in those arenas and stadiums when you're an American fighter going up against one of their champs. So, Terry Harper was game. She did not have any losses in her record, and she had fought some pretty good girls that can still give some good fights right now. I mean, again, that goes on the list, Champy. I don't know how. I mean, she's fourth on the list. I'll go ahead and put Alicia right now because we have not really talked about anybody else. Oh, you know what? Does Alicia go ahead of Usyk and AJ? Because I don't know if anybody really. I mean, I know people probably thought that Usyk could lose, but I think that a lot of people also believe that he could win. I don't think that we'd have to go back and check the Vegas odds on what that was looking like at that time, right? But I didn't think that too many people were afraid for Usyk. Pugs said Casimero Rigondeaux, worst fight of the year. Actually almost beat out Easter Bartholomew fight. If there's an award for reasons to give up on the sport of boxing, those two fights take the pastel, the cake. Yeah, I didn't know we were going to jump into the worst fight of the year. I mean, we could probably hop into that. Right now, we're still on the best fighter of the year, who Canelo undoubtedly has claimed the crown to that position. So we'll give it to Canelo on that one. And then Sandor Martin, I guess, takes the cake in the upset of the year. I don't think that anybody saw that coming. And I just got him at the top. Then you got Kiko, Cambosos, Alicia, and Usyk. So hopefully I'm getting the list right. Any thoughts on Javier Martinez versus Robson Conceição? Most overrated, Terrence Crawford, Lions only. I see y'all starting to come out the woodwork, huh? Coach Rivera, I have one for you, Dooms. Do the best duck of the year. Damn. Yo, I'm getting multiple lists over here. What am I doing? Who else? Champ. Look at that. I got list after list after list over here. We could give let me see. Okay. All right. Who else do we got on this list? I don't want to jump into another list and then I don't got this list squared away. Doomy. Ugas had one of the biggest upsets of the year against Pac. Yeah, man. I don't know how much of an upset I'm gonna call that, but we can be upset about Pacquiao losing, right? Because in my mind, I didn't think Ugas was losing at all. I actually thought that what happened was gonna happen. It was just Ugas was gonna be too overwhelming, too young, too strong, and that's what I think happened. I mean, you know how listen, Pac-Man was eating porridge, and I don't know you guys saw that video when he was being fed porridge while his son recorded him. I mean, he wasn't looking too good. That was the fact of the matter. It was just he was on his way out, man. The legend gave us enough. Where's KO of the year? Jake Paul? Chick. KO of the year? Damn. Can we do KO of the year too? Shit, bro. We're going to have to do more shows because this is the end of the year shows. And I know we're going to have all these questions throughout the programming up until we finish this December 2021 and we step into 2022. Robbery of the year is Campbell Hatton versus Martin. You know what? I'm going to try to open up these phone lines, man. That's what I'm going to try to do. I'm going to try to bring on the crew, see who else can come on and kick it with the kid. Let's see. Let's erase that. Okay. Let's check out the Skype. See who's on this morning. Anybody on? Let's go, champ. Lady Chan. Anybody? Nobody's out here. Everybody's MIA, champs. It's only the Doomatron on right now. Anybody want to, let me see. Jump on-y. Oh, snap. Who is this jumping on? 3 people on the call, on the Skype call. 3 people on the Skype call. Let's go, champ. Who's on there? Guess everybody's either working or just listening, so guess I'll leave that alone. Who else is on here? Let's go, champ. Ray the Business, you on or what, champy?
What's up? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you loud and clear, brother.
I was trying to mute myself because I'm in the car right now. I'm doing a little bit of work. Merry Christmas Eve to you, to everybody, to everyone listening on the Boxing Voice podcast.
Let's go, champ, man. So we were going over the list this morning, and it ended up being a few lists. We got.
Talk to me. What are these lists?
We got the best fighter of the year list.
Okay.
And then we got the biggest upset of the year.
Okay. So best fighter of the year, hands down, Canelo Alvarez.
Ding, 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 ding.
Not even a discussion, right? Yeah, look at this guy. And then biggest upset of the year has to be George Cambosos Jr.
Biggest upset of the year. Why did you pick Cambosos Jr.?
Because everybody wrote him off. Everybody wrote him off. Nobody even had him in the discussion. You know, Teofimo just came off of that win against Lomachenko, who really still is the boogeyman of the division because nobody even talks about fighting this guy when he can most likely go in there and school maybe all the rest of the lightweights, but nobody even wants to talk about him in the top 4. And Teofimo went out there and executed an excellent game plan against him, and then to get beat like that in Madison Square Garden. I mean, who else is on the list for upset of the year? Talk to me.
I mean, you got Sandor Martin, the Spaniard, to beat Mikey Garcia.
Shout out my Spanish. You know, I might not look it, but my mom's family is from Spain, so shout out him. Shout out Kiko Martinez. So that's a good one, but it's just not on the same level because, I mean, even going into that fight, you see, okay, they're doing it at a catch weight, whatnot. There's questions already about, okay, is Mikey even taking this seriously? And you could argue that he wasn't. And that's, you know, we didn't really see the best Mikey in there. And there wasn't, the stakes weren't really there. You know what I mean? This one with Cambosos was arguably, debatably for undisputed status. So when you put the stakes on there as well, I think that one just rises way above. I know we're not talking about KO of the year, but last night in the chat when I was asking, you know, which KO was better, Oscar Valdez or Jake Paul, yeah. I think you said Oscar Valdez.
Yeah.
And I would agree because the stakes were higher. You know what I mean? You had the WBC belt on the line, and Jake Paul was just, you know, we're in Tampa.
Yeah, no. There was a lot more on the line. And that's why I had to give it to Valdez. You know, Jake Paul's still transitioning from, from knocking out MMA guys, you know. Mm-hmm. And I think as soon as he fights a guy that's strictly boxing, he'll be able to get more credit for what he's doing. But still, the pick that kind of, you know, your pick is still good. I'm not saying that it's wrong, right? Because this is subjective. But what about Usyk versus AJ? Was that an upset?
Not in my eyes, honestly. You know, if anybody goes to my boxing channel, in my YouTube, you'll see in my video, I said that Usyk was going to be AJ, just because I've never been on the AJ train. You know, shout out to my man, Bronze Bomber. You know, back when a few years ago, when that was the big talk, was Bronze Bomber versus AJ. It was always, oh, who can win that fight? And I always said Bronze Bomber would spark him. Just because AJ, to me, was always looked a little bit chinny. You know, obviously, he always found a way to pull it out. He's good. Everyone tried to say, oh, he's so technical and this and that. And it's like, what, just because you could throw a solid 1, 2, 3, you're technical? You know, not trying to take anything away from him, but I never bought into the hype train of Anthony Joshua. So even when he got knocked out right by Ruiz, I wasn't even that shocked. Obviously, like, you know, it was shocking to see, but to me it was more like okay, this he had it coming and it came. And, that upset was probably a mixture of things of, the situation, maybe him not taking Ruiz seriously, whatever you want to chalk it down to. But I felt like he had it coming. And then even when he rematched Ruiz and beat him, I wasn't, insanely impressed by him. Again, I'm not taking anything away from the guy. I have a lot of respect for him and his skills. But Usyk was just, you want to talk about technical. He's on a whole nother technical level. And, if you talk about there's levels to the game, Usyk is on another level. So when they made that fight, I said, man, that is not a good fight for AJ. And then I think you were talking about it yesterday. He came out with a game plan trying to match him, tactic for tactic. And that was just not the right game plan to choose as well.
Yeah, look, it's on the list, but you got Cambosos versus Teofimo at the top. That's cool. We're gonna see if anybody else has something to say about that. But Canelo is at the top for me too, so I got no argument with you. Give me another two before I let you go, brother. As far as top 3 best fighters of the year.
For best fighters of the year, who else do you got on the list?
I had Usyk and Taylor, according to the list that I built off of Jesus.
Yeah, Josh Taylor definitely. I would say you got to put him in there. Usyk as well. It's a little bit harder because when guys fight just once a year, you have to base it off of just that one fight. Yeah. So that's why it's clear for Canelo. He went in there and. The Yildirim fight was a stupid mandatory. Even Mauricio says that it was pretty stupid. But, fighting Billy Joe and then Caleb Plant back-to-back, 2 guys that are top guys, especially Billy Joe, and then 2 guys who stylistically were supposed to give him the most problems. He went in there and finished. It's just not even close. But Josh Taylor, shout out to my Scottish guy. I'm also part Scottish. I'm going to mix a bunch of stuff, so... I got my Spanish, my Scottish, and my Irish.
Sean Connery.
Repping with those guys,
Sean Connery. All right, my brother, man. Thank you for the insights this morning. Hope you're having a blessed one, man. And definitely if you're gonna be listening, don't go too far. You can jump back on, but appreciate.
Yeah. Do me a solid. I'm on my phone right now, and my mute button isn't working. Are you able to mute me up from your side?
Yeah, I could do that. I got you.
Cool. I'll be listening too. So if you want to call me back in, just.
Well, you're gonna have to unmute yourself. I can only mute you, but that was Ray the Business giving his Christmas list on the who's the best fighter and who was the biggest upset. Let's see if we could get some more of the Skype fam on here. And see what I can do. Let's see. Let's jump on the TV Beat Podcast Skype. Let's go, champion. The group is too large, it says. Too large for me to ring. So I'm going to have to ring everybody individually as I get used to this. Anybody that wants to call in through Skype, I'm going to put the Skype name on the live chat. Things are a little different right now since the skip is not driving the boat. So if you want to look up my Skype profile, that is it. It's in the super chat. It's really just my name, Alex Linus. Yeah, I'm on the back call right now, but I don't see anybody. This group is too low. Somebody has to ring me from the back call intrigue. So if you could do that, then we could get some of the guys on right now and get this thing lively this morning, man. It's Christmas Eve. Hope everybody's getting ready for a great holiday with the family, friends, and everything else that you love. Let's see what else we got. Got any super chatties that came in? Let's see. What you got here? Dumatron, Sea Soldier, what up, champion? I'm holding it down. Yeah, man, I appreciate that, brother. Tigrasso, what up? All right, so they just started a call. Let's see where they got me at. Let's go, champ. Okay, just joined the call. See, now I'm in there. I'm in there like swimwear. And we got a couple of the guys on here now. Let's go, champ. All right, intrigue, man. Hop in. You could definitely give your take on what is, for you, the best fighter of the year, who is the best fighter of the year, and who is the biggest upset now that we've got a second list, and a ton of lists will probably come from here.
What's good, Doomy?
I'm good, man. Christmas Eve, I'm here with the TBV family, man, just trying to drive this boat the best I can. You know, it was kind of like,
That's right.
you know, my bro is handling some things, so I'm going to try to keep this flowing, man. What's up, though, man? How you feeling?
Chilling, man. Chilling. Ain't no complaints. Just listening to you, man. Handling the biz. Doing a good job. Yeah. For fighter of the year, man, I agree with, I guess, most. I didn't see what the poll is looking like, but I'm pretty sure Canelo, you know, hands down, got fighter of the year. In my opinion, probably with a Usyk close second, and then third, I don't know, probably Josh Taylor. And then what was the other one? The upset of the year?
Yeah, the upset of the year.
Man, yeah, I gotta say Sandor Martin, because I ain't see that coming against Mikey. That and what else? T.O. Cambosos and the Usyk and AJ. But yeah, I had to say Sandor. Is that winning on the poll?
Hell, well, right now the poll. I'll tell you what the poll's telling us. The poll's telling us that Teofimo Lopez versus Cambosos was the upset of the year. They got Sandor Martin in second, though, at 29.
Okay.
So we got 55-29, and then we got 9% AJ versus Usyk and 7% Kiko Galahad.
Yeah, I can see that because I mean nobody expected See, I betted on Cambosos, so I'm probably a little biased to it. So I thought he was gonna beat T.O. So I didn't think of that as that big of an upset in terms of skill. But when you look at Sandor Martin, didn't know anything about that dude, and comparison to Mikey, who Mikey is, yeah, I think it was bigger. But it was probably more shocking. Well, I don't know. Yeah, I think it was just a bigger upset. But I get why they would vote for T.O. and Cambosos. I
think that championship, the whole titles. I think that's what gives it that lustrous. You know, look to it.
Right.
I mean, Sandor.
I can't argue it.
Sandor, none of us was thinking about Sandor, and you know, it wasn't a title fight. But I don't know. I still think that I'm gonna go with you. The poll is saying otherwise, but I think Sandor to me was more of a surprise, just because I didn't know who the hell he was, and
right.
I didn't know what the hell he was coming with.
You know what? It was that other upset. I don't know if that was this year or if it was at the end of 2020 with. It's not gonna be that big, but wasn't it? It was J-Rock, right? J-Rock lost to some dude, some no-name dude.
Oh, you talking about J-Rock? Damn, he did lose, man. Who did he lose to?
That was another one like that.
Holy shit! Yeah, you're right. That was an upset. But it was this year though.
I don't know if it was 2020 or if it was 2021.
Yeah, nah. He lost to Vladimir Hernandez in October, bro. Yeah, it was 2020.
Yeah, that's a big upset. But people probably wouldn't think about it. But yeah, that shit was crazy.
Yeah, nah,
and Jerry Hurd. Jerry Hurd is another one.
Jerry Hurd was in there too.
Yeah, he lost to some dude that I ain't know.
Oh man. So that means the list just got bigger.
Yeah, 2021 was a year upset. Yeah, her lost to some dude. I don't think I didn't know.
I mean, I didn't know Vladimir Hernandez, but I mean, Luis Arias he lost to, man. I mean,
okay.
Yeah, we know Luis Arias, but
yeah.
But shit, we forgot about that. I mean, can we really say it was an upset though?
Man, that was an upset for me. I didn't think he was gonna lose that fight. But J-Rock is way bigger than that. That J-Rock, I didn't know that dude. J-Rock.
True.
Yeah.
True. It was more likely for Hurd in many minds for Hurd to win than that. But damn, we got Julian Rock. Damn, okay, Julian Williams is in the upset list too. All right, we got eight upsets on here, man. We got Sandor Martin, Kiko Martinez, Cambosos, Alicia Bumgardner, Usyk, Ugas versus Pacquiao, and now Luis Arias versus Jared Hurd and Julian Williams with that kid Vladimir Hernandez. So we got a top 8 right now.
Yeah, and then I don't know if this counts as an upset, but he was the underdog, and I don't know if that was this year. Hellenius versus
Oh, you talking about
what's that?
Gwanaki?
Who?
Versus Gwanaki, the Polish.
Yeah, Konaki. Yeah, Kalanaki. The first time, especially, but I don't know if was the first fight this year or was it last year.
Ooh, Hellenius. I think he.
I bet on that one too. That was a upset.
Yeah, the first one was in 2020. It was in March.
Oh, okay.
But
Okay.
Adam Gwanaki, the second time around.
Yeah, that ain't really a big upset then the second time.
Got TKO twice. Wow.
Yeah, I bet on both of them times, man. I made money off that first one, real good money.
The parlays was hitting on that one.
Yeah. I had a parlay or whatever fight card that was on. Yeah, I remember that one. Yeah.
All right, then we got the list from Intrigue on his top guy. It was Sandor Martin, and Canelo's still the pound for pound best fighter of the year. Nobody can argue that. I welcome an argument. I welcome it. Who's gonna tell me otherwise? Who's done it better? Who's done more for this year, 2021? But Intrigue, man, thank you for tuning in, chopping it up with the kid, man. You already know, man, how I'm doing it. I'm trying to navigate through these waters. So I appreciate the TBV fan, man, looking me out, man. Cheap. Who else is on here, too? Uh-oh. Somebody skated. Alex Vega was like, yo, let me dip real quick. I don't want to see shit. Nah, just kidding, champ. Yeah, man, so this is this morning's topic. It's really the end of the year for us, almost. We're almost there. And we're just trying to get a grip on what we've seen as far as the best fighter and some of the biggest upsets in 2021 for boxing. We've covered all of them here at TBV. And yeah, man, let's go over to the chat and see what the chat's doing. I think I'm gonna end this poll because it looks like everybody really feels like Teofimo Lopez versus Cambosos was the ticket. Teofimo Lopez versus Cambosos was the fight that everybody was surprised about. I mean, I don't know. I think Sandor was more for me, but shit, the people don't lie. So I'm gonna end that poll at that. Because it looks like Teofimo is winning by a landslide there. Teofimo Lopez versus Cambosos. Who else? All right. Shout out to Jesse, B-Dog, Adam Torres. Everybody on the chat tuning in with the kid. James Valdez. El Tigrazo, Jamar Thompson. Luis, Big Fish Vega. The whole crew, man. Appreciate y'all tuning in this morning. I'm keeping it light. Is Saul Canelo Alvarez the best fighter of the year? I think we've answered that already, man. He's numero uno. He's done it all. He's given us all. He's done things that we thought were crazy, and he continues to do them. He's going up to cruiserweight. I mean, this guy's he's in his own realm. And everybody thinks that they can win. I could imagine Makabu thinks that he's gonna win, being the bigger guy and all that, but I don't know if he's gonna be able to touch him.
Everybody wants to hit me, but guess what? Nobody can.
They can't touch the Canelo. The Canelito. All right, man. Listen, I'm gonna go ahead and see if I can open up some more phone lines here. Again, guys, if you want to call in, Alex Lainez on Skype. Alex Lainez on Skype. That's Alex Lainez on Skype. If you want to call in, say your piece, I can go ahead and chime you in. If not, I'll continue to figure it out, obviously, like the Doomatron always does. Yesterday I didn't have no thumbnail for y'all. Today I do. And I'll just, keep adjusting as I wait for the skip's return. Makabu is another cherry. I mean, champ, cherry or not, he's fucking huge. He's big. The guy's bigger. And, I can't tell you too much about Makabu's fights, but, you're going into that realm where you gotta be aware of and conscious of what Canelo's doing. He's entering a weight division that's literally pounds and pounds away from where he started. I mean, just have him at 147. I mean, 147 to 200. That's 60 pounds. No, excuse me. like 57 pounds, 53 pounds, something like that. It's a lot of weight. So now he's, obviously grown into the weights that he's in, 168. Let's just say how many pounds up from there? It's another 20 pounds. It's 170. Yeah, and I don't know where how heavy Canelo's gonna want to come in either. It's gonna be interesting to see him at what weight he really truly fights Makabu. I don't think it's gonna be a 200-pound Canelo we're gonna see. I just don't see that. But maybe a 185-pound Canelo will be able to do that and handle business, be quick enough to handle the Makabu. Dr. Makabu, I was robbed against Tony Bellew. Oh, snap. Dr. Makabu in the building. Got destroyed by Bellew. All right. Leo Loera. Let's go, champ. Canelo Claus. He's giving us everything we want. The GOAT, Nello. KRLB, shout out to you, champ, for tuning in this morning. And remember, guys, hit that notification bell, hit the subscribe button, and definitely hit the like button, man. It helps out with the visibility of the show. Helps us get TBV into more eyes and ears. And, we appreciate that. And if you want to join the membership tiers, use the cool emojis and maybe have some badge icons next to your name showing you the loyalty badge and how long you've been with the TBV crew as a member. Go ahead and hit the join button, and you'll be definitely looking at 3 tiers that have many options for whatever budget you might want. So check that out, and let me know. Let me know if Canelo is the best fight of the year. I think that undoubtedly we cannot argue that, but you might have an argument. You might think otherwise. I don't know. You're gonna have to let me know what you think and why you think that. And we came up with the list, the best fighter. Not the best fighter, the biggest upset. So that's where we're at right now. And I'm just gonna throw in some real crazy news, right? I'm actually gonna take off the morning thumbnail real quick, right? Because honestly, this was a little shocking to me when I saw it on the news, and I thought it was just Doomy. Doomy reads a lot, and he just thought it was kind of crazy that this morning, and I obviously I got to pull it up, but there was some crazy news this morning. Of course, it's outside of boxing, but not. The only reason I tied it in was because I'm like, man, it's a boxing punching bag, right? But let me pull it up just so I could give you the actual facts, man. I thought it was crazy. It was found, I think, near the Myanmar area, Thailand. So let me give you the, and I'm gonna close it with this, right? Because obviously, there's no argument that anybody's trying to make on Canelo, and I don't know if the Skype champs are up yet or what's going on. I know you might have James Benitez, who maybe wants to come on real quick. I know you got Mayimbe on here. You got Brandon. So, James, man, if you want to say your piece before we go ahead and move into this crazy business that I'm going to report on, only because it was in boxing punching bags. But anybody that you got at the top of the list as best fighters, I mean, I should just be asking the top 3, honestly, because it looks like nobody has an argument and knock Canelo off the number 1 spot. So, James,
do me. I ain't got nobody that's going to surpass Canelo this year, man. I was probably one of the biggest fans wishing on the star that Caleb Plant was going to do it, but King Nello just shut me the hell up again. He done did it again. He had an amazing run at 168. He's about to do amazing things at 175 or cruiserweight or whatever. But that other list that y'all had for when y'all had the rankings for best fighter of the year with Canelo, I think it was Canelo, then I'm trying to remember the list, but Cambosos was number 5, Fulton was number 4, Usyk 2, and I forget who was 3.
Taylor, I think.
But Taylor number 3. That list is pretty spot on. I can definitely agree with that list. I don't think nobody in any boxing community could really argue that, in my opinion. And other than that, Doomy, man, as always, man, hey, I respect the grind that you're doing, man. That's my call.
Appreciate you, James. James coming in, checking the list, checking it twice. And looks like there can't really be an argument, man. Can't really be an argument with Canelo's top tier. He is that guy. He's giving us everything. So we'll leave it up to the next guy on the list here for the Skype call. I mean, Brandon, man, if you want to say your piece on what's going on with this top dog position that Canelo holds for 2021, and if you maybe want to chime in on the biggest upsets, there's no argument, really, if you could give me a top three.
What's up? How you doing, Doomy?
Brandon, you already know, champ. I'm up and at him, bro. Here with y'all, man.
Nah, Canelo top dog, man. If it wasn't for Canelo, I would say it'd be Nonito Donaire. This dude just, I don't know if he drunk from the fountain of youth, but this past year he's turned his career around. Be the undefeated champ, then be the undefeated contender to defend his title. So I say it's Canelo 1, of course, because he did so much in so little time last year to become undisputed. I say Nonito Donaire be my second guy, and probably Usyk could be number 3 because he became, unified at heavyweight. So that'll be my top 3 fighters of the year. But nah, Canelo cannot be dethroned this year. Upsets, like Intrigue said, it was so many, man. You had earlier this year, you had Mauricio Lara upset Josh Warrington, beat him to a pulp. You had Gabe Rosado pulled off a good one against this dude, Beck the Bully, that everybody was hyping. Gabe pulled off an upset, so it has been a bunch of them. But yeah, number 1 upset is probably Teofimo, just because he had to worry about the nuts. And he just dropped the ball, man. And then if you look at the odds, his odds out of all the upsets were probably, because Mikey's odds was pretty bad too. Pretty big too. But yeah, I say Teofimo just because of the ramifications. Mikey's been inactive, out of shape, really. Teofimo was prime fighter, just nobody was expecting it. We was talking about what was possibly next. And for him to get upset, I think that's a bigger upset than Mikey losing to Sandor Martin and definitely Usyk and Joshua. Because I think Usyk and Joshua was only, 3-1, maybe 4-1. So it wasn't that big of an upset. The bookies gave Usyk a chance. I think Teofimo was 15-1 against Cambosos. So yeah, man. Yeah, that's pretty much upset of the year. Your boy Teofimo. I know it hurts for you to hear that, but
damn.
Oh yeah, I know it hurts.
Yo,
I understand,
but
man.
Brandon, we got.
This is different. You understand? We have Jennifer Lopez, we have Maluma, we have J Balvin, we have
we got Jennifer Lopez, champ. Nah, man, he'll come back. Definitely Teofimo will come back and reinvigorate his career with a good win. I haven't given up on him, but that seems to be the one that hits the top of the list, man. Teofimo, Cambosos, upset of the year.
Yeah, as far as fight of the year, yeah, I'd say it was Wilder Fury, just because even though Wilder was getting beat pretty good, you just never, and that's any time Wilder fight, you just always like he might be able to land that one punch. He keep you on the edge of your seat because it's always that possibility that he can land that one punch and turn everything around.
Oh. All right. Mr. King Amin, Brandon, sorry that I abruptly cut you off, but it looks like a co-host has landed like the galaxy of the Guardians and shit and fucking said, hey, I'm going to fucking jump in with the Doomatron. Shout out to King Amin, man, who jumped in. Brandon, man, didn't mean to cut you off, but definitely appreciate the insights. And shit, it looks like Brandon was turning a corner. We got another list now, fight of the year. So we got fighter of the year, upset of the year, and fight of the year list now starting up. King Amin, good morning, champ. How's everything with you out here in Newark? Jersey in the building in full effect, like it should be.
Hey, we got a little bit of that white business outside, right? So the kids is loving it. We're celebrating before the holidays, all of that, and I literally came in off the streets. I seen the back signal. That's why I still got that East Coast. I got my vest on. I came off the streets. I said, yo, Doomatron sent the signal. I want to talk about, what's going on in boxing. Is Canelo the fighter of the year? Like, you just going to do that? That's so easy. You going to throw that out there like that? Do me?
Hey, what am I supposed to do? Best fighter of the year? Like, how are you going to argue it? I mean, what are you going to say about it?
See, You playing me because you know I'm a logical man. You're playing on my logic and my objectivity because logically, when we go by what the standards are or have been, big fights. I mean, really, what pushed it over? If we are going to make that argument, I'm going to agree. It had to be the Caleb Plant fight, because it gave us a fight that we said, well, hey, go fight this guy or fight that guy. Caleb Plant was a guy. I know some people think that. He wasn't really on the radar, but he was at 168. You can't deny him that. And whether or not people thought Canelo got through that easily or not, it definitely satisfied us more than Yeardom and the riders of the world, even though we understand that was traversing different weight classes. So just by virtue of the quantity of fights and the way he dispatched his opponent.
Oh, okay. I see what's going on. Yeah, my bad, King. I mean, I tried something right now because the Skype couldn't hear us anymore. Seems as though once I got you on here, the Skype can't hear me. But that's just an adjustment that I got to make for the next show, because I'm gonna be closing out pretty soon anyway. But just for those who are listening on Skype, don't worry about it. I'll have these little technical things worked out. You guys could definitely hear me on, you know what I could do, King, right. I think I could probably add you another way, and we're going to try to see if we can do this. Let's see. Skype guest. Okay. Yeah, we'll try this off air. At least, we'll try this off air so that we could get it right. Let me see.
Call us working out the kinks, champ. We're trying to work out the kinks. So for the Skype crew, man, don't worry about it. We'll work all this stuff out. We'll get it together and make sure that for the next show we have everybody listening in through the Skype that needs to. But yeah, man, King, man, I was running down the list, bro. So I'm working on your logic. So what you saying, champ? Canelo's at the top or not? What are you arguing? Yeah. I mean, let me hear what somebody else said. Honestly, listen, yes, because I can think of, who I, suggest maybe for fight of the year and that thing. But if I'm just talking about quantity of fights, dominance, presence, even though I hate those metrics like, the pay-per-views and the A-side slut talk, I mean, if we're really going to say it, it is Canelo, begrudgingly. But for me, and this is going to sound like a case of, just what happened recently is in my memory. And more to how he's closing out the year with his personality, the severing of it. I'm on a big Terrence Crawford wave, man. The fight over Porter really did something for the division. It did something to boxing. And I think his personality moving forward, I don't know, I'm reaching, but I like the new Terrence Crawford. But yeah, I guess Canelo.
I'm wishing on a star.
Yeah.
No love for Bud?
Nah, I got mad love for Bud, man. I mean, this is the new refreshed, I'll do whatever I want, Bud, so I like it. I love it. I just got to go by what we got at 2021. If not, how much importance are we going to give to the Porter fight? Because that's the only fight he had this year. So, the greatness is there. I gotta stick to the critique. You know what I'm saying? And Canelo just gave us way more, man. I mean, who cared about Avni Yildirim? I mean, I didn't. But, he did what he had to do, and he kept going, and he's at the top. So I'm really asking this question differently right now. I'm asking, give me your top three. So who's 2 and 3 under Canelo for the top dog of the 2021 year? I'll give you some of the options that the TBV fam has already given. You got Usyk, Taylor, you got Shakur, Haney, you got Tyson Fury, you got Cambosos, Montana Love, and Brandon surprised me with Nonito Donaire.
Yeah, I like Usyk, and I was going to say Usyk because number one, Chisora, who I minimized that win, but in retrospect, you can never do that. And then what he went to do with Joshua, and granted, it was only 2 fights in a year's time, but the quality and what he did. Yeah, so Usyk is definitely in that mix. Number 3, though, I think that's tough because I could go with one of like the lower weight guys. You know who I could go with, honestly?
No.
Go with a Jose Zepeda.
Say what?
Yes, because he's had an up and down.
So so Jose Cepeda, huh? Because he's had an up and down. Are you getting are you romanticizing this pick or what?
No, I'm being real because he came off of the loss off of a war with Branchek, right? Then he kind of looked like slop against Lundy, but then he starched Vargas.
Yeah, you know what? Yeah, I could give you that. He's had a hell of a run, Jose Cepeda.
That's a fighter's run to me. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, that's because again, the win over Branchek, you know, that was fight of the year, celebrated.
No, I remember and Jose Pedraza. I mean, look, he had good fights, but those are 2019, 2020. Ivan was 2020, and then you left for 2021. You got Henry Lundy and Josue Vargas. So it's a matter of what you think about those two fights and where you're gonna put them at. Josue Vargas, you could give him his credit for Jose Vargas, no doubt. But how much credit are you gonna give him over the other picks on here? Is he your top 2? I mean, 2 or 3, or he's just one of those top 10.
Yeah, I had him in the mentionables, maybe in the top, 10ish, but 3. It's kind of hard, man, because that's what for me. I get lost into those slippery slopes of hardcore dumb, and I can't just look at the surface, because sometimes on the surface, what we're provided is the numbers and the flash, of
That's
what
right.
a fighter did. Because by that metric, I'm not saying Jake Paul is the fighter of the year.
Yeah. I get you. No, and we can't do it like that. Obviously, we can't give Jake Paul fighter. We can't even put him in the top 10. Really, I think. Could you put best fighter of the year Jake Paul top 10? I mean, maybe. The events were great. He knocked guys out, but I'm not gonna slide down that slope. Fuck that. They'll chew me up right now.
But Doomy, this is why I can get lost on a Zepeda, because I often don't get persuaded by the lady in the little red dress. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But it's hard though, man. I think some of the guys in the community made some great picks. Again, I'm sure Brandon from Ohio made the Montana Love pick.
Yo, how about the biggest upset? What was your pick on that? Biggest upset of 2021. There was a few of them, that I didn't even think about until Brandon really mentioned them. But you got Sandor Martin, you got the Kiko, you got the Cambosos, you got Alicia, you got Usyk, you got Ugas, you got Luis Arias, who we mentioned, beat Jarrett Hurd, and then Julian Williams losing to Valdemir Hernandez, who I didn't even know. And then Gabe Rosado versus, what was my man's name, Butiev?
Yeah, Butiev.
So, there you go. That's your list right there. Who you got at the top of that one?
Usyk AJ, man.
Usyk AJ, wow.
Because that one, we thought that it was continued heavyweight business, the cruiserweight boxer. He can't hang with AJ. And this is despite what people, the different sides of the pond don't like AJ personally. You just looked at it, said that you expect the heavyweight to go in there and do heavyweight shit at the very least. And that just did not happen. That was like, and then the way it happened. I mean, sometimes I think you can accept when a fighter loses by knockout, right? But when you watch somebody get outboxed and they kind of look like they're way out of their comfort zone and perhaps out of their league, that's like, yeah, this shit ain't going the other way for the next 3 or 4 rounds. Like, this is happening before our eyes. It's unfolding. I think that unfolding that happened in that fight was a little bit more startling than somebody just getting KO'd.
I get you. Nah, listen, and the titles, right? Because I think that's what the poll kind of pointed out to me, was that, the boxing audience really gives that importance to the titles, and as you should, right? As you should. I still had Sandor Martin at the top, and I know there wasn't no titles. It wasn't a super important fight. It was supposed to be a fight that was won. Sort of like I compare it to like AJ Andy Ruiz, right? At least Andy was, he was a formidable opponent that, could throw fast hands. He was big, chubby, but he could hit hard, and he was fast. So there was still some more air of danger in that fight than it was for Sandor Martin and Mikey Garcia. I was like, damn, this guy was there to lose. Andy Garcia, was he there to lose? He probably was. I ain't gonna lie, because the whole chubby, fat kid from around the way wasn't really that appealing to many. But obviously, after he won, he became the poster boy for the average Joe and shit. You could grow, you could have a little bit of belly and still be the fucking man when Andy won. But yeah, Usyk or AJ, I think it's the titles, man. The titles that give it that importance. A lot of people though pick Cambosos versus Teofimo as the upset of the year, which I thought, man, shit. Cambosos, every time I saw him hitting the mitts, he was impressive, right? I don't know how impressive he was in his fights, but as far as his readiness and his preparation for Teofimo was always highlights of him hitting mitts and looking good. So I know that's not the tell-all, but I gave him a chance. I gave Cambosos a chance to make it through the fight. I didn't give him a chance to win, and that's the honest truth. Fair. That's the honest truth. I was with my boy, man, Teofimo, all the way. I was in. Thank God I didn't bet.
Smart man.
Yeah. I mean, I don't. I bet push-ups. That's what I bet. But I didn't even bet push-ups and shit. Good for that.
Doomy, I think both of them because of and look at the quantity of belts, right? And in the way it was, no knockouts. It was the quantity of belts and a difference in boxing for both of those fights. So I think, if somebody went either way with either of those two, biggest upset of the year, I'm totally in. They got to be 1 and 1A, 1 and 2, in whichever preference. I guess your preference will end up being which division you prefer or you lean a little bit more on.
Hell yeah. Let me see if I could toy with this Skype a little bit more. I know that definitely if you wanted to, King, you could hop on the I don't know if you're on the other line too, but we could probably get both you. We could be you and the crew on that call to be able to hear. I'll just have to mute everybody else and keep you unmuted. But I mean, look, man, this was the topic. It's Christmas Eve. We're a little light on boxing talk. There's so much fights that are being anticipated for the 2022 calendar coming up. So, we're probably going to cut it off right now. Champy, just want to thank everybody for tuning in this morning. King, I don't know if we're coming back with another one later on tonight, or if not, we're just going to kind of go on the Christmas Eve vacay already. You know what I'm saying? Anything pops up, though, I'll do it like my man Loch Ness does and hop back on with you, man. And I'm going to work out some more kinks on this so we could, have the callers in. That's what's important. I want to make sure I get the callers on. So,
sure.
Just give me a little opportunity to take more time. This was unplanned. Everybody out there who's probably asking a million questions. We'll find out more news later on today on what's going on with my boy, my friend Ness, and we'll let you guys know how we're going to be moving forward for the schedule the remainder of this week. So shout out everybody again. King, thank you, and those of the community that have reached out to kind of, offer their help to me, knowing that this wasn't planned, and I kind of just hopped into the wheel. So I'm trying my best to keep the boat afloat, and we'll keep going, man. You know how we do here in the TBV fan, man. It's the community, baby. It's together we ride together. So we're gonna keep it moving. Appreciate everybody tuning in. This is TBV. Hit that like button, hit that join button if you're interested in the memberships, and of course hit the subscribe and notification bell, because if it ain't shaking, you ain't baking with us at any time we go live. And speaking of bacon, I got my bacon right here, man. I didn't even get to bake with y'all, man. I got to be able to get everybody on. So I'm going to work these call kinks out, man, and make sure that I get it right so we could come back and talk some more boxing, man. It's been a hell of a year. We had some talks about best fighter of the year. We had talks about the biggest upset of the year. And shit, there's a whole bunch of other talks that we could have, right, King? It's like,
hey, you know something? Real quick before you hang up, I wanna flex something. Go ahead and keep talking. I wanna flex something for our TVV community.
well, let's
I got
flex,
some.
let's
I got
flex,
something in the
man.
archives to show you.
Yeah, man. It's been a hell of a year. It's always a great time here, man, on the Boxing Voice podcast radio show. We've been traveling a lot. There was a bit of disruption to the programming. I know you guys were able to see what we're doing. If anybody didn't see me, if you follow me on IG, it's Alex_Doomsday_LAINEZ. And Twitter, Alex Linus TBV. TikTok, Alex Linus. You can catch me hitting the B-boy dance out there. Hit a shuffle dance or whatnot. But yeah, man, we've been flying around the world, around the country, and we might have kind of disrupted the programming, but we'll be back online doing our thing, scheduled programming. Today is Friday, tomorrow's Saturday. Usually we'd be talking about a fight, right? Who's fighting tomorrow? Any good fights?
Man, we gotta talk about it. Yo, do me. Come on, man. I got you covered. That's why you gotta follow me, King. I mean, the Best 61 on Instagram for all your news and notes. Vito Malinecki out of North Bergen, Doomy. Come on, bro. What's wrong with you?
But they're not fighting this year, are they?
Yeah, they're fighting on Christmas. It's Christmas. Come on, man. They're fighting at the Prudential Center on Saturday night.
So I'm going to the Prue. Is that what you're saying?
You got to.
I'm going to the freaking Prue. Yo, I thought that fight. Damn, I thought Malinecki and them were fighting in January. Shit, bro. Damn. Let's go, champ.
Cheap seats at the Prue. You just got it. Now, we'll talk off the air because you're going to have to holler at somebody. Ross Baraka just signed off on that legislation. He want to see the old
can you believe that?
Yeah.
It's coming into Jersey. Oh, no. Oh, hell to the no. I mean, I'm 100 steps ahead of that, but damn. Oh, man, we'll talk off air, champ. Yeah, man, look, it's Malinecki Jr. versus DeLomba, which you're probably more familiar with DeLomba than me because I know you go in with the up-and-comers sometimes.
Yes, sir.
But I do not know that. And then you got, who else? It was Malinecki and then who else? Spencer, right? Joey Spencer.
Joey Spencer.
Yeah, man. I gotta see who Joey's fighting. I don't know who he was fighting. But some of these are the guys that are coming up, man. These are the future guys in boxing. Joey's always been a quiet guy, silent killer. You don't hear too much about him, but he takes care of business. So, yeah, man, I'll be excited to see that. Damn, and they're fighting in a Prue. They asking for that Vacky. The VAC card in Jersey. God, bro. This is the time we're living in, man. Fucking A. I was going to finish this off with some, really crazy news. You know how I get.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna go ahead and kind of take the thumbnail off real quick. There was some news that I don't know how it just popped up on my feed or if I was actively looking for it, but let me see. Where the hell did it go? I think I might have okay, so here it goes, right? This is the craziness of this story. Let me see. Okay, there we go. Island boxing. Okay. All right, so check this out. And I know this doesn't have to do anything with what's going on in boxing, but I was like, whoa. Right, so, and I'm going to finish it with this, y'all, right? Some interesting news, man. They found, they seized, right? And I'm going to put the picture up, too. Got to put the picture up, right? Got to show you guys something. All right, so in Thailand seizes $30 million of crystal meth hidden in a boxing punching bag. You hear that shit, bro? Thailand authorities. You know what I'm saying? I know y'all see the image on there. Thailand authorities have seized crystal methamphetamine with a street value of almost $30 million stuffed inside boxing punching bags bound for Australia, officials said on Thursday. Damn. Bro, that's a lot. That's a lot. That's a lot. Look,
you know what's even a stranger context, Doomy?
What?
That's what got caught. So that's the the Kansas City Shuffle. So we got a major bust that we put on television, and we stand in front of it with the sniffing dogs. But
God knows what else. I mean, that's how it was. In the '80s, or when the real narcos were running wild through the border, they would let the government would catch 1, 5 would go in. That's how it is. It's just part of the game. Like, okay, give them something. I just thought it was crazy, and it was kind of relevant to us because it was put in punching bags. Imagine you in a punching bag. You start rocking this shit, and meth just starts pouring out of this shit like reminding me of Tango and Cash and shit when he pops the truck and shit. Shit just starts coming out. But yeah, man, that was some just a quick little snippet of some fun news, if you want to call it that. I thought it was crazy that they hit it in boxing punching bags. But yeah, that's crazy. And we'll end it there. We'll come back around with some more real boxing talk, man. This is Alex Linus. This is Alex Doomsday Linus. Alex_Doomsday_LAINEZ on IG. Make sure you check me out. Make sure you check out the Boxing Voice IG as well. We got plenty of content there. Short clips of fun stuff. Check out the stories. Check out the Linktree too, if you want to check out some of the things that we offer on our Linktree as far as sponsorships too, that you can go ahead and shop your CMOS gel at Thirst RX and the BK, and many more other things. King, I'll leave it on to you.
Definitely. And guys, make sure you go make sure you check out, because some of us work. We got all kinds of things going on. Check out some of them old shows and get caught up on all the content that's available on the Boxing Voice YouTube page. Also, don't forget to check me out on Instagram, King Amin of Essex 1, for all your news and notes, weekly fights and events and wrap-ups. Plus, King Amin of Essex 1 on YouTube as well for them championship rounds, where I take a little bit more measured paced, a little bit of a deep dive into some of the specific stories in boxing. So, all ladies and gentlemen, please, this is the holidays. Enjoy it and be safe. I want to come back and talk about that Malinecki. I want to talk about Charles Martin and Luis Ortiz. So once we work out the kinks, you go out and have you some eggnogs and drinks. Be back, ladies and gentlemen.
Chill. And we over and out, champs.